Do you play Mobile Legends Bang Bang? Do you use Aptoide? Well, if not, I am here to teach you what it's all about and how you are missing out on insane bonuses and extra value for your money for not doing so. Hey everybody, and welcome to a new video. My name is Midway and I hope you're having a wonderful day, cause I sure am. And welcome to a new Mobile Legends Bang Bang video. Today we are playing some Pharsa in the mid lane, and before we get into any specifics about this game, please go ahead and check out Aptoide if you haven't done so yet. I'll give you more details about what it's all about at the end of this video. For now, just know that it's a way of getting more value for your money whenever you purchase anything within Mobile Legends or any other game in Aptoide. Basically, you're gonna be getting a cashback, and you can then use those bonuses that are the cashbacks to buy more stuff without actually using your real money. In any case, yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about that later. For now, let's just get into the gameplay. So we are starting off here pretty aggressively, getting quite some damage onto our opponent. We are obviously having a bigger range here. We are stronger early game, and just gonna say this character looks pretty cool. It reminds me a little bit of the theme of LeBlanc, but not so much. I mean, it does look the same a little bit. Nonetheless, we do snipe one kill with an insane amount of range that we have, so that's just gonna land as the first kill. We're gonna be having to go back to base to heal up a little bit, but you can see that we can also just go back to the lane insanely quickly with that companion of us. And that's gonna pretty much just put us back again into the action. So we are clearing very fast as well. Although, yeah, we are going to have to respect our enemies here since, well, they can also combo us pretty hard. We are level 3 for now, and it's going to be a turtle spawning not too far from now. Unfortunately, our jungler is in the top side, and it's a 2v2 once again in the top lane, pretty commonly here in Mobile Legends Bang Bang for some reason. So we're going to be going for a little bit of a roam since we have such an easy time moving around, and we're going to be going for a little bit of a kill. There we go. We get one of the kills, not actually us, but our allies managed to get it, and finally we do get the second one. So insanely easy game for us so far. Our mobility is so far insane, not gonna lie. This character is very damn fun. It's a little bit of a mix between LeBlanc and yeah, that bird thingy. Obviously it's so remindful of just what Queen can do in League of Legends, and we just have quite an easy time as well. As I mentioned, easy just clearing waves as we have that forward AoE and such, and that big burst as well that's targeted. So yeah, pretty damn easy. There we go. We land an easy amount of damage onto our enemy. The burst is insane, and they just go down. They cannot do anything to us if they are getting any closer than just past their tower. So yeah, 3 kills for us early game. Very damn easy, but you'll see this is a long one, as you can probably tell by the length of this video. We can again see that there's a lot of action going on in the top lane, so we are gonna go ahead and try to get everything for us. One more kill for ourselves, and we'll try to do something else happen, but the enemy already, the other one that was still left, was already killed, so we're gonna be going back to the mid lane. Back again over here, we're gonna be trying to do the same thing to this guy, just a little bit of wave clear first since the minions were stacking up on us, but in 2 or 3 spells, we are pretty much already just chilling and no minions are attacking us. And we see that there's an enemy trying to steal some of our junglers, bottom jungle, so again, we use our bird, and we manage to get ourselves really damn close enough to help them get an assist, or rather we do get an assist. Anyways, yep, we're just gonna be actually trying to again kill our enemy over here since we just have so much superior poke, and we get a little bit of a gank here from our ally, but yeah, they're gonna be put in another realm, and by the time they come out they are dead. Obviously that's literally Mordekaiser Earl ult, but yeah, pretty much that's just about it. And they actually, well, they kill our enemy. The bottom lane though is doing not too fine. They got ganked, and now, well, they went back to base, and we are now gonna be bursted a little bit over here. We get picked off, and unfortunately, even though we have a lot of burst and range, we are very bad in close quarters. So we take it back to the mid lane, and the same thing happens. Our jungler ganks the mid lane. They just absolutely destroy our enemy within this pseudo Mordekaiser ult, and that's just going to be it for them. We got a little bit of a free farm fest, but we do have our bird up, so yeah, we should definitely be looking to try and go somewhere. We see that there's some action on the bot lane, but it's just free damage onto this tower with no protection, so why not go ahead and take it? Although we are getting ganked now on their tower, we do actually get saved by them by putting them, or rather putting us behind them with their attacks, and we actually have to use our own bird to escape. We do have a regen though, so we are still not quite just that, and we do land a big burst, but it's just not enough. Obviously, they were full HP, and if we stay any longer, well, we actually might die, so we're definitely gonna be taking that base now and coming back to base with our bird. And in no time, well, the same scenario happens for the third time. Our jungler ganks, they totally nuke our enemy, and we are chilling, just farming, and there's nothing else to do for now. There's some action going on the top lane, and we have no minions to push the mid lane, but yeah, we are kind of just stuck AFK here, chilling. Obviously, we are pretty far ahead still, and the game is very much in our favor. Our jungler is insanely fed, and obviously we have a big amount of damage with all of that burst, but it's going to be a lot harder to get a good advantage and just make good use of that damage once we get into the late game, where the enemy can just like run on top of me and actually destroy me before I can do anything. Although you can see that, well, with just 2 spells, we almost managed to totally nuke the enemy, and still we can put out so much damage onto them. As you can see, they are almost both dead, and they now gotta kind of just back it off, although we obviously also have a lot of help here in the mid lane, so we're gonna be going ahead, pushing this lane very down fast, and trying to actually kill the tower, which we will do in just an hour already, pretty much. And now, well, we have free reign to try and do something else happen, although we have both our top and bot lane being pushed quite a little bit, but you see that we did an insane amount of damage with that burst, and we managed to actually nuke 2 of them. We got a little bit of a we got stuck a little bit there, actually not using the full value of our ultimate, but even though we did a little bit of a delay over there with our attacks, we still managed to kill them easily. And now we see that the enemy, well, is hiding around here in these bushes. The top laners are just chilling, and we're gonna be going ahead and taking a chance to do a lot of damage to them. And we almost have our ultimate here. It's gonna be needed. It's actually not needed, even though we do not get the kills. That is just an easy laning phase for us. We're pretty much just now getting into the late mid game, pretty much. It's almost 8 minutes already into this game, and yeah, we are insanely far ahead, but the game is nowhere near ending. The Lord is spawning soon. A lot of action is going on the bottom lane. Their bottom lane is also insanely fed, as you can see. Now they are gonna get into close quarters with us, and as I mentioned before, once they do that, we are pretty much dead. And as we come back to life, we go back to the mid lane, and we think that it's a free farming fest over here, but we get ganked once again and bursted down before we can do anything. As you can see, the Lord is just chilling in the bottom lane, and it's being pinged by our team, and that is because the enemy was doing it. So now we lost the Lord, I just died, and we have an insanely fed enemy who's just killing everybody. As you can see there, another kill for them. Now the game is getting a lot more even. We have a Lord pushing towards us, and we really gotta get ourselves some more kills, and especially shutting down this guy who's just scaling out of control. We have a nice push on the bottom lane, which we are now using to take down that bottom tower, but it's obviously going to be contested. We definitely need to be thinking about going to the top lane and defending that tower, since we got a Lord pushing and they got backup as well, so we don't want to be having everything just die over there versus this massive Lord. And they also have superior range, but we also have our ultimate, who is just going to be able to do some damage to them. Unfortunately, yep, the tower just goes down. The Lord is just still too beefy, and the enemy here has a lot of range as well, but with some help of our ally, we actually managed to take them down, even though we totally neglected the rest of the map for a little while. And as you can see, we got a big push coming towards the bot lane. The enemy is also pushing heavily towards the mid lane. Yeah, we're not in a very nice position right now. We definitely gotta be defending. We are on the run pretty much right now. We are losing heavily. We also lose our bot lane tower, and as you can see, our enemy is just bursting everybody down, getting a double kill easily, triple kill easily, and it's going to be a quadra kill easily for them, and actually a total pentakill for them, right? They absolutely just totally decimated the whole team, and for now, well, they ran out of minions, so they are gonna be going back to base. And as we come up, well, we still need to be defending our top side. We managed to get an easy kill here, but as I was mentioning before, even though we have a lot of early big burst damage, as soon as the enemy is able to get in close quarters, we are left really exposed. We gotta be playing very defensively, and that's gonna be happening once again. They're just gonna be running into us, slaying us easily, but now we got the backup of our whole team, which is also scaling. We're not just done just yet, even though that enemy is insanely fed. We are able to actually wipe them out pretty much, and that is is a 4, actually, yeah, pretty much a 4 for 2, so not bad whatsoever. And as we come back to life, once again, we are still just defending, but now the Lord is up as well, and we don't want them to get it once again. So we are going to be trying to get some kills onto them, even though they didn't really commit to it. But now we got the same situation happening once again. The insanely fed enemy is getting right into our defenses here, our whole forces. They managed to slay one of our allies, the insane jungler, who basically uses the Mordekaiser ult, and they finally actually got shot down, so it's not too bad for us. And we are trying to defend this top lane tower, but the superior range from our enemy here and just more consistent damage is making it really hard for us to do anything to them. We almost got in there with our ultimate, but unfortunately we get taken down, and that's gonna allow them to run into our base, losing that top lane tower, but they are gonna be falling down as they are, like, the whole team is clumping on them. And finally now the Lord is being taken down by the enemy. Well, not really, because pretty much every enemy is dead, but it's free for the taking, so our enemy is going to be our allies are going to be looking to take it for us. And that's exactly what happens as I come back to life. It's a big fight on the top lane. Pretty much everybody is just dying left and right, since, well, the insanely fed enemy is right on our asses. But we are going to be putting a big burst onto them, and at least we are able to kill them, allowing ourselves to just... That's actually a 4 for 2 once again. So now we are able to take the Lord, but pretty much nobody's doing it. I don't know why. They should have definitely been going for the Lord. That would have been putting us in a very much better situation than just trying to go for this push in the mid lane. But that's a tower for, yeah, pretty much the Lord. I mean, I would have rather taken the Lord. It's also a big push in the bottom lane, but it's gonna be a little bit too late, and they are gonna be dying now. So we respawn once again, and the enemy is trying to go for a cheeky split push onto the top lane here. So even though we use our ultimate here, well, it was, yeah, they basically got nuked before we could actually do anything to them. The Lord is still up, so yeah, obviously that's gonna be the objective we want to be going for, but it's gonna be the same thing that the enemy is going to be doing. They are going for a big fight here in the mid lane. Our ally is just going to be going down. Unfortunately for us, well, we are a little bit too late. The big fight is still actually happening though, because our ally is just going in deep. They're taking no damage. We are able to take one down. Our ally is able to actually also take another one down, and we finally go for a double kill. So that's a 3-4-2 for now, because, well, one of our enemies died quite early in that fight, and now we have superiority in numbers. We're going to be able to go for this Lord finally, uncontested, easy for us. But yeah, the minions are actually putting some damage onto our Nexus, so we gotta go back and not let them do that, because obviously they have super minions. But that also gonna be leaving the Lord a little bit exposed. Hopefully our ally can finish it off by themselves. We did not want to be losing that game from just the super minions alone. And unfortunately, in the end, our ally couldn't just tank the whole Lord for himself, so it's still going to be up. And once again, a big fight is breaking up in the top lane here. We are able to slay the enemy over here, and again going back to the Lord to try and defend. And at this point, the enemy, even though they were very far ahead, we are quite even. That they're not as fed anymore. We are kind of able to do the same thing to them. But they're looking to go for a little bit of a flanking, as you could see there in the minimap. They're going for our actually mid lane tower, but they're gonna be stopped. Even though they do kill our ally, it's just not enough for them to actually do the whole thing. They do take our mid lane tower, and they are really just going to be looking to go for that Nexus. But yeah, we're gonna rush back and actually kill them. But that was pretty bad from us, but not just quite, because we still are able to, well, not finish, not get the game finished on our face. The Lord is still not dying. As you can see, the whole game is just revolving around getting around this Lord and not letting it die to the enemy's hands. And as you can see, it's resetting now, but it was just about to die. The enemy is still also trying to steal it from us. We do kill them in the end, and finally, after so many minutes, the Lord dies, and we are able to get a double kill over there. Our ally finishes off our enemy right there, and they're gonna be going for a triple there. But we also see that there's a lot of action going on in the bottom lane. That is pretty much our only tower left, and we really need to be defending this, otherwise it's going to be a backdoor for sure. And as you can see, again, another backdoor going on in the mid lane, although the Lord is now coming out, so that's going to be defended simply by that. But yeah, now we gotta be trying to go along with this Lord and do a big push. Although we have our enemies in the bottom lane, they're trying to go for a cheeky backdoor, as we just mentioned. Not everybody can go for this push with the Lord, because if we just do that, the enemy is gonna be finishing the game without us realizing. But there is 2 of them there, and we are going to be able to do some big damage to the enemy's Nexus here with the Lord. But let's see, can we actually survive the onslaught, right? Well, we do get flanked, as you can see, although we were just about to kill them. It's just not gonna be quite enough. We actually get shut down over there. We get killed, double kill from the enemy, and the Lord actually fell down. It was a massive massacre. Could have been the end of the game, but not quite. We just didn't focus the Nexus good enough, even though we did end up killing 3 of them for just 2 of us. But still, it's just about enough of them to defend here. They're clearing the minions quite easily. The Nexus still pretty much very healthy. Our own minions are not going to be enough. They're still spawning from the enemy. We did actually take down that bottom tower, or our own minions did. So it's only 1 of them left, and we have 3 allies up. But yeah, the defense is still going strong. They are leaving for some reason, and they are all going to be coming up real damn soon. We managed to take 1 of them down once again, finally at the end. But now they are all going to be coming back out, and the last stand is gonna be, well, going on for a little while more, since they are gonna be clearing some of us down. Then 2 of actually, as you can see there, pretty much everybody is dead. So yeah, it's a 3-for-3 at the end. It's basically a reset. The game is not quite over. It's almost 20 minutes long. So they get pretty cocky. They think that they can burst anybody, so they try to do so. They go in there, they get stunned, and they get totally bursted by us. That is how you do it. Eventually we scale to the point where we are also able to blow them up, and even though they get in range of us, well, if we have an ally next to us, it's not gonna be just enough for them to kill us. And yeah, now it's an open Nexus in both sides, both us and the enemies. And we just need to get a little bit of an easy push here with some minions on our side to finally finish the game. But our 3 allies left are still dead, and the enemies are superior in number right now. So it's not an easy job, since as you can see here, they're all coming out, and we have an insane amount of burst. We almost managed to totally one-shot somebody, but it was not just quite enough. The Lord is coming up soon, so that's what we want to be doing now. Just waiting here for a little bit. Hopefully the enemy is not going to be getting in position first, and we are also taking an easy kill in the top lane. But well, now the Lord has evolved. There we go, it spawned, and it's time for some action. So they're gonna be starting the fight on us. We are able to land an easy kill on that guy. Not much that they can do at this point unless they really commit. It's a 4, actually 5v3 at this point if they want to commit, and obviously you can see that they are not. They're going to be trying to go for a little bit of a flanking and maybe trying to get the base while we are taking the Lord. We can see the enemy over there going for that play, so obviously all of us are going to be backing up, just waiting for them to do the push. As you can see there, they are really trying, and we go for a massive burst onto them, and we actually just land an easy kill on them. So now with the Lord, that's going to be the time for a big push, since so many of them are dead. The enemy we just killed is going to be dead for a minute pretty much. So yep, now it's just our opportunity. Almost 60 kills in the board for us, over 20-minute long game. Insane for Mobile Legends standards, not gonna lie. But it's been a pretty fun game. We are obviously full build at this point, everybody is. So yeah, there we go. The Lord is now right next to us, coming in hot, and it's going to be the end for the enemy really damn soon. So we go for ultimate, really far range. We go for a double kill. As you can see, at this point in the game, we are insanely strong, and the Lord once gets into the Nexus, well, that's the whole thing, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that game. It was insanely long, and yeah, like, subscribe, and please, before you go ahead and check out Aptoide. And that's about it. See ya. So picture this: you are playing Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and you want to be buying anything within the game. Let's just say you want to be getting some gems, right? So what you're gonna be going ahead to do normally, as well as through Aptoide, is click on anything you might want to purchase. But if you do so through Aptoide, you're gonna be able to see that right from the get-go, you're gonna be able to see a bonus that's going to be indicating how much of an extra value in the form of a cashback you would be getting if you're doing this purchase through Aptoide, right? So imagine I'm spending, what is it, €2.79 in this pack. Well, if I am using Aptoide, I am going to be able to get a bonus, in this case based off of the amount of a bonus that I currently have unlocked. That is going to be 23 cents, right? So 23 cents that I can accumulate and then use instead of my actual real money to make the purchases for me, right? So right now I don't have enough of it, but if I did, did, I could go ahead and select the AppCoins credits choice right there, and that would mean that that's my payment selected option, so I can use those instead of my actual real money to do the payment for me, right? So it's a matter of accumulating bonuses, scaling up the percentage of a bonus you are going to be getting from these purchases, which you can do by, for example, using my code down there in the description as well as here on the screen, and then just going ahead and accumulating purchases until that percentage you're getting is just going to be bigger and bigger, all the way up to an extra 35% of any amount of money you're spending can be turned into a bonus, and therefore you can make those biggest purchases without actually, you know, spending that much money. Whenever you want to be spending and getting some gems or anything in the games, well, you can just go ahead and use Aptoide, and therefore you're going to be able to buy more stuff in the long run, accumulating those bonuses and being able to purchase more stuff basically for free whenever you have accumulated enough bonuses.